One time when my oldest was very young, she walked in on me, you know, getting my nut.
Because I need to, this pussy is not going to eat itself, okay?
I once, if I did keep the evil away. And apparently, somebody upstairs decides that if they want to do some level of construction work upstairs, I don't understand. Let me make sure my curls is curling. It's good, people. Kai Storm in the building. As you already know, I'm always the first one in the building. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right. I guess it's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Let's adjust. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I guess it's in the building. I already hit Rue up and let her know it's time. But you know how I do. Shit, why wait? Let's get in. Let's be great. Yes. Admit all. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's adjust the camera. All right, all right, all right. Now, I ain't gonna read the name on the screen, although people gonna see the name regardless. Cause I'd rather we flip the camera on and I know who I'm talking to rather than me just sitting here guessing. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's guessing is not what we want to do here. But I do realize that this is this is literally the first time me and these ladies are involved in some sort of social thing, because usually our business is just, you make me beautiful, I pay you, I'm rolling out. But you know what I'm saying, this is a good thing. We get to know each other, we get into people business, and whatever questions we ain't comfortably answering, we now gonna answer yes and yes, yes, yes.
Hi, Boo.
What's going on?
Your hair looks so nice.
Yes, thanks to you. Thanks to you. Yes, the curls are curling. You know what I'm saying? I still got the pipe cleaners in there because I want to let it rock for at least another week before I take them out. But yes, and Dedi is in the building. Yes.
Dedi.
Yes, all right. So we gonna start this off now. We don't know where Rue is at. Rue, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes she slide in late based on, she got a young one, you know what I mean? So
okay,
let her ride. But the fact is, we still gonna start the show. We still gonna get it on, cause what? Kai Storm is in the building. Motherfucking Sabali The Loc Doc is in the building. Motherfucking Dedi The Loc Monsta is in the building. And Motherhood Sex Man 1 is in the motherfucking building.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, if we got something rolled up, please feel free to light up and roll up, because this what? motherhood, sex, and marijuana. We encourage weed smoking here.
We encourage it
You know
full.
what I'm saying? You two be acting funny, but we don't give a fuck. We still do what we do because we gotta do what we do. We gotta represent how we represent what we live. We get it how we live, so we represent what it is.
Well, unfortunately for me, I live in a non-smoking building, so I would have to go downstairs in the cold. The struggles of New York.
Oh shit, word.
Yeah.
I literally,
So we actually follow the rules. Okay.
yeah, I literally just got done. I wish I knew that.
I did that before we started because I had to get my mind right real quick.
Right.
Well, shit. I did recommend y'all to watch an episode of 3. Y'all would have seen that definitely marijuana smoking is definitely encouraged.
I did too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to, get myself together too. I might have to roll me another one.
Well, I'm gonna make one too. Why not?
I mean, hey,
make one. I have my bottle over there too. Can I take a little sip too?
I mean, we can take a sip. We grown people in here. We talk about grown people things. We talk about grown people things in here. We get down to grown people situation. And yes, I know I started off the conversation because I know these ladies. I started off the conversation just right off the rip, but please understand that these ladies here represent an entity called, okay, let me make sure I'm getting it right, because there's been times I've typed it in my phone, I've said Loc Synergy Therapy, and I know it's either Synergy Therapy or Therapy Synergy. Either way, these ladies are magicians. They're a Black-owned business, and we are here to talk to them and talk about their Black-owned business. And it represents what? Natural hair locks.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. So please let me go ahead and take a minute to be quiet and light up. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell the people what you want the people to know about you.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Sabali The Loc. I'm Brooklyn-based, New York, born and raised Kingston, Jamaica, and I am here to provide love and TLC to your crown.
Mm-hmm. And she does. She does. I still recall the day I was in her shop and she was just like, "What you mean you do your hair every week? What? No, that sounds crazy."
We're not doing that.
Yes, but yes, Dedi, it's your turn.
Hi everybody, I'm Dedi Loc Monsta, and I'm here to take y'all out of y'all comfort zone. Let y'all try new hairstyles. We're both here to educate y'all with natural hairstyles, let y'all know what's going on, how to keep y'all hair looking nice and fly. I know it seemed a little.
And she do. She maintains my locks. Like, she take care of them.
And that's my loctician right there too. Y'all see me always looking all healthy and thick.
Love it.
And that's the beauty of it, y'all, because y'all take care of each other's hair, y'all trust each other, and and like I said, I recall the first day I met Sabali, and literally it was just like, and it was just me coming back from Seattle, and I used to get my hair done in Seattle every now and then, and for me it was like a new tradition I was starting with my head, because I was always doing my own hair. And literally I moved to Seattle and I said, in order to meet more Black people, I should be around more Black things. So I said, yeah, let me find a Black, natural hair shop. Found one, which was weird as hell. And was going to them faithfully. But when I moved back to New York, I was like, okay, I never even thought about looking about. I know these shops exist, but I never even thought about looking or just trying to figure it out and shit. And I think it was through a Google search that led me to You know what I'm saying? Locks of therapy, which no, locks of royalty. That's what I should be saying. It led me to locks of royalty, and that's how, you know, through phone messages and text messages, I met Sabali and then made my appointment. And it was just like from that day on, I just was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to come back here, like
That's right.
yeah, I'm gonna have to come back here, like
put it grounded on the first date, girl.
You know what I mean? Literally, it was lovers first sight immediately.
Literally,
lock the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? So now that I got you on my line, I got you on my podcast. I absolutely want to ask you, how did you even decide to even start this journey? Was it just because you wanted to be, you know, be able to take care of your own locks? Or you just, you know, you just said, fuck it, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to, you know, find an art that I can do myself and be able to charge motherfuckers. Therefore, I don't got to work for nobody and I don't got to beat nobody ass at nobody's plantation. I'm just saying, because sometimes you do have to want to beat a bitch ass at a plantation. But that's just me being separate. Never mind me.
You want to go first, Didi?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, for me, it was more trying something new, moving to a new city. As I said, I came here from Jamaica and I was in a new city and I wanted to try something new. And this is when I started working with my sister initially, but before that, I was doing my son's here, my mom's here back home, and it was pretty easy and therapeutic to me. So I was just like, why not? You know, and I get to meet cool people every day from all walks of life, you know, with different stories, different journeys. And the diversity for me is like really cool and interesting. I mean, it's work, but it doesn't feel like work all the time, you know. But sometimes I carry homework. Most days I do, but still, I enjoy it. So, you know, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. It's worth the experience.
And basically, you know, being your own boss has to be like the top T part of it. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Didi, what you got to say on it?
Well, I always had a passion of doing locks and hair. My uncle was a Rastafarian, so I used to always play with his hair as a kid. But what really pushed my passion was when I started working with Sabali. I didn't realize I was talented until I started working with her, and her encouraging me and putting my work out there, showing me that, you know, you don't have to settle for this and you could do this and do more. And yeah, it pushed me and it made me want to do more, learn more. And I'm happy for her.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for us. Like, literally, we often have good days, but I mean, it's life. Sometimes we have bad days, but it's never that crazy where we're like, okay, fuck this, you know? It's only things that, okay, it's human nature, it's people, and we really cannot control people's emotions. So we don't take stuff personally and stuff like that. So, I mean, it works out for us in the end, you know?
Yeah, usually we bounce off each other. If something is going on, I look at her, she look at me. If I can't handle it, she handle it. If she can't handle it, I handle it.
That's right. And that's how we work. It's like a synergy. That's why we're called Loc Therapy Synergy, because we have to work in a synergic way that, you know, everything fuses together and flows effortlessly. So that's right.
Of course. Now, and I'm glad you actually talked about that, because first of all, we know, and you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna say this. I have never been in your shop and ever seen somebody, you know, wild out, talk crazy, just, you know, come at you some kind of way, you know, or, you know, on some, I ain't paying for this. I ain't never seen like that. Now, the question is, has it ever happened? Because really, you see social media, you know, you see social media posts about this. You see certain people's shops be, y'all, people will put a motherfucker on blast, especially the hair braiders. Especially the hair braiders, they be having people sitting there for 4, 5, 25, 80 hours. What? And they get put on blast when the hair don't look right. So
Right.
has it ever happened to you? Matter of fact, here Ruby is in the building. Let me introduce you to her because you damn sure need to meet this Samoan chick. Ruby, what's good? Get in the building. What's up?
I'm jealous right now. You puffing over there. Oh God.
Man.
I'm about to join you soon.
Girl.
Matter of fact, let me get my situation set up. I'm trying to be like
Kim. The game is puff and have great conversations. Ruby, what's good? We definitely turn on the camera so people can introduce you. Or yeah, or what am I saying? People. Me is the people. Or maybe you're not ready yet. Either way, but let's get into the question I asked, which was again, I see it on social media. I definitely be the main one in the comments, laughing emojis, especially because I be like, shit, I ain't never going through that bullshit with
Right.
magicians. Fuck you mean? My hair always look good, and I ain't never got to trip out and say I ain't paying because I pay and I go about my business. What the hell you talking about? Stop playing. So has it ever happened? And of course I ain't asking you to discuss names, but shit, I damn sure want to hear the tea.
Sabali, what's the tea?
I damn sure want to hear the tea.
I did have an experience where it was just a matter of impatience, you know. It was a colored client who wanted to transition from a brown to a blonde. However, sometimes you gotta put that color more than once to achieve that color. And after the first color, she started freaking out. So I was explaining to her that it's a process and this is just the first step. And she literally started crying. I was trying to end my anxiety because I was just like, I'm trying to explain the process, but it's like you're hearing me, but you're not listening, you know?
Right.
I just had to get someone else to help me to resolve the matter. And I was over it because I just did not know what to do at that point because I'm trying to explain to you and you're crying and I don't know what to do with your emotions at this point. So I just escalated the matter and then someone else senior to me just handled it and that was it. But I think that's the most crazy it's gotten for me.
Wow.
But yeah. It was...
And I remember it happening to me one time when I was trying to get like blonde, but a certain color, and it like the blonde, it's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the person, they gotta keep, they gotta, do
especially
something to like.
Everybody has a different undertone, so if you undertone, it's gonna be hard for you to get that,
and especially if you had color before as well.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't understand the process. So when you try to explain, some listen and some is just like, I want it, so.
Right. And for me, it was definitely a process. And it definitely, I mean, he took his time to keep going, but he eventually got it right. I had no reason to complain because I was just like, I'm going to sit here until you get it right, player. Shit.
Right. And a lot of people don't get it that we're not just stylists, we're also locticians. We actually care for the health of your hair. We want to see you thriving, your hair getting longer, your hair getting thick. So damaging your hair with bleach and doing all that stuff can, mess you up in the long run.
Yeah, because eventually that's another thing people got to realize too, especially when, us natural, hair carriers. We know that bleach and even color, what I'm saying, it definitely holds some level of damage. So you got to remember that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Take it into consideration, man. They be looking at like pictures of Lil Durk, and Lil Durk is my favorite. Like, I want my hair color like this. I'm like, Lil Durk has extensions in his hair is that's not his hair. So stop trying to aspire to be like him because you're not gonna like the results, and it's gonna be very costly. So I usually advise against it, but usually when they get it, they're like, oh, I see what you're saying now. My ends are breaking, my hair is thin, like, consequences.
And then they try to switch back to black as if that's gonna make the damage disappear.
Nah, that really is not. It's the same thing. Damage is done. At
Once
that
you
point,
bleach
the
your hair,
damage is
you're literally taking the melanin away from your hair. So once
Yeah.
you get that melanin, there's no way to get it back because you're killing the hair, basically. You know.
and putting black in your hair is literally just it's not putting in the same melanin that you freaking that grows out of your head.
It's just color.
It's
Like if
just
you put
color.
pink, blue, purple is just color.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But what about you, Didi? Has that ever happened to you with like, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm assuming that Sabali is not the only shop you've ever worked with, but you know what I mean? Like any situation you ever had with a customer that you just had to be like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Usually, the most recent one that happened, I had did a client's hair and she left the shop, took pictures, smiling. She loved the hair. But then she texted later on, was like, I didn't like this, this and that. So it was like, okay, she came back, got it fixed, and she still had a problem with everything that was going on. You know, but we actually learned that some clients, not all money is good money. Not all clients need to be there because some clients can't be pleased.
And this is her third set of locks, and nobody could get it right. She requested perfect boxes, so.
Wait, I don't get it. Requested perfect boxes.
She wanted all the boxes to be the exact same size all around the circumference of her hair. But understand what we explained is that some areas of your hair, it's lighter in that section. So those boxes need to be a little bit bigger naturally because we want the locks to be as uniform as possible. So it's hard to get all the boxes the same size and have the locks the same size as well. It's really impossible.
Right.
Never mind the fact that your hair, I mean, if you're growing locks, your locks are not growing in the same, you know what I'm saying? Like every one of them are individuals. They're not, designed specific.
It's a community. It's literally
Right.
a community.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, oh shit. That's crazy. That seems, I don't know.
Yeah.
That seems like somebody asking for perfection. You know what I mean? That's like how I approach you with everything. Yes, there she is on camera. Was good. This
Oh
right
my
here
goodness.
is
What an honor. What an honor. Hey, Queen, what's up? What's
Let's
up to the
half of
Queen?
motherhood sex marijuana.
Marijuana in the building.
Blessings.
My tardiness. I just have a lot of no, there's no excuses. Let's just say I gotta be better. Okay. I just want to thank you all for coming. This is such an honor. I have so many questions, so little time. But I think since y'all been chopping it up and since you clearly know each other, I'm the new kid on the block. So I'm gonna ice break this for myself, okay? I would like to know what are the 3 rules when it comes to beautiful indigenous hair? I'm just gonna call it indigenous. And then what does somebody who isn't raising ethnic or who isn't ethnic but is raising ethnic children, what should they know?
Can I answer the first question? You answer the second?
Please do.
So the 3 main things to come to healthy hair is hydrating it, tie your hair down. Tie your hair down. That's extremely important. And oil your scalp. I won't even say oil it, grease your scalp. And some people think when people say hydrating, it has to do with water or has to do with leave-in conditioner. It can be water. Our hair, our locks is roots. Like how trees grow roots in the ground is roots. It needs to stay hydrated. It needs to be moist. So hydrating your hair, that's actually what forms people with starter locks. If they want to start budding, they get their hair start budding. A little bit of hydrated mist, it actually helps the lock start forming, helps it get to budding stage, keeping your hair greased. And wearing a silk bonnet, extremely important for your locks.
Now, thank you, because even I wrote that shit down in my head. Like, yes, see, first of all, you see what she just said.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Yes,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Remember, yeah.
your name is Sabali, or is the name of the company Sabali?
My name is Sabali.
Oh my goodness. I just needed to say that that's my son's name. So I just needed to say I love that. I
Beautiful.
I don't have a deep
Patience.
story. I don't have a deep story. I just like that jam by Damian
No,
Marley and Nas.
yes, that's
And I found out that the name means patience. Now you may have known that, but I didn't. So when I came about, I was like, well, this is gonna be his name. And plus it matches with the S theme, you know what I mean? So what about Sabali, what a strong name. What do you think keeps you so grounded as a woman in these streets today?
man, I would say having mental solitude and literally staying focused on your journey. Like all the distractions of the world, social media as we know it, how it is, like comparing yourself to others, like keeping yourself grounded and rooted in your journey is the most important thing you can do in your life. Like
Absolutely.
you
Thank
can't.
you.
Comparing
Queen,
yourself is basically self-sabotage, and I don't like encourage that. So that's what helps me.
why are we gonna help the what's it called? The adversary at their plan of attack? Why
Word.
would you help the devil in his word?
Exactly.
You cannot focus on that. You're gonna put energy, you're gonna fuel that energy, and you don't need to put no energy into that. You just need to focus your energy on the pros. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Definitely, and definitely, Sabali, I want you to answer Rue's question about, about knowing what to do, because her kids are black. You know what I'm saying? So she, you know what I mean?
And I
At one
get
point,
judged a lot.
one of her kids had locks, and I, definitely, did my best to give her advice as to what to buy. But she is on the whitest side of the country, aka Portland. So what I'm saying, black people products is, I'm pretty sure, is a hard find. I found it myself as a hard find
It is
myself
a
when I
hard
was.
find. And Fred
So,
Meyer, which
so
is the
she
local.
definitely needs advice to handle her children's hair. So let's not forget to answer that
I
question.
got you. So when it comes to especially loose hair, you want to do your best to just keep it tangled as much as possible. They don't like the detangling, you just need to lock it up. But with locks now, you still got to maintain it in between because you can't just lock it up and leave it because it's gonna mat up. So I would advise, like, if they don't like to get their hair pulled too much, I would just maintain their hair like every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how they like their hair groomed. If they take longer, I would wash in between, use light, sulfate free or neutralizing shampoo, and no heavy creamy products, because the creamy products is what create those white lint build up in your locks. So that dirty look that people be saying, that's basically just conditioner and lint from your clothes or towels and all of that stuff. And as Didi mentioned repetitively, keep it covered. Keep it covered with silk or bonnet, because all those lints will get trapped into your hair and it's going to be hard to get that out. So it's just all about research and maintenance. Hydration is very important as well. So mostly research, like depending on the coils of their hair, how tight their coils are, you may need to use different products and stuff like that. But you know,
That's excellent feedback. I'll tell you something. I got in an argument with a woman because, bless her heart, she was trying. There's a difference in giving advice, but there's also a difference in judging. So this lady was very judgy towards me in terms of how my daughter's hair was. However, she didn't know that we had a conversation because my daughter's very tender-headed, and she refuses to put. I like to, do her hair at my way, right? And she doesn't even like when people touch her hair. So her request was, can I just keep it as natural as possible? I don't care what people think. And so it's like, yeah, there's a conversation, but there's also this societal thing,
just
right? Right. And it's where I get it because believe me, I mean, my Samoan grandmothers and aunties would roll over in their graves over some things that I do. I get that aspect of it. But I think that when we are dealing with community, and if you know better, then maybe you can help, a single mom that may not have the information. She might not have the means even because things are expensive these days, and she just doesn't have the education. And so I think it's even moves me to be like, okay, if I know something that someone, like, let's say they marry some into my family, you know what I'm saying, you marry into the family, then you don't know what someone culture is, so someone needs to tell you. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You can't expect and you cannot look down on somebody because they simply just don't know or they do
Right.
something differently. So I do want to thank you for giving that advice. I hope that it helps anybody who's raising Black kings and queens because it is important. Their hair is definitely a part of their identity, and it's important that you stay as natural as possible, I think.
Definitely.
It's definitely a learning process and an experience because what may work for me doesn't work for you, So you just have to go with your comfortability on what works.
Definitely. Thank you. And not losing sight of, because sometimes I think we get wrapped up in society, like trying to look good for other people. And I really don't care about that. At the end of the day, I could care less.
Yeah,
If I try to look good, I want to make sure I look good for me.
exactly.
And so, what do you think of, I'm just going to ask it, what do you think of white people who get dreads or locks?
I love the versatility. I have white clients with locks. I have
Okay.
Asian locks. We have Indian clients with locks.
Okay.
It's just that they would have to use a different locking method than people with coils would have to use. We accommodate all races. Like we don't judge. Like
I
we love.
love that. Thank you.
Definitely encourage
Be
it.
very judgy. And you know what? I'm sorry. Just like I was saying, people could be judgy on me. I be judgy on them too. So I need to watch it.
Yes.
Shit, me too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Fuck it. I'll be looking at them like, no,
You
we are
just
not
can't
the
be
same.
judgy on kids. Like, what the hell's that?
Well, not
Weird.
the children, but I'm talking about grown ass, and walking up to you, hi sister, yeah, hi.
Oh God.
We are not the same. No, girl, me and you. It's not the same. No.
Locks don't have the same meaning how it had back then. Lock used to be more of a spiritual thing. Now it's
Mm-hmm.
fashion.
Yeah.
It's who can get it better, who can have the most locks or have the thickest locks.
Mm.
It's not what it
It's
used to
actually
be.
such a work of art.
Mhm.
So kudos for you and you know what? Even though it's diversity, right? Which you said, Queen, I feel like it should come from melanated queens to do it though. I can't go start a hair braiding business over here. Why would you know what I'm saying? I should start a coconut or a banana business before that. What else do Samoans like? We like a lot of good stuff, but you know what I mean, okay? Leave it to the
I
experts.
mean, if we're being totally honest, I think dreadlocks actually originated in India.
Ah, put me up on
That's right.
game.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, educate us. Thank you. I didn't know that.
It's
I
from all
definitely know
cultures.
that.
It's very wide. You even have Chinese people wearing locks. If you look at some of the picture back in the days, you see a lot of races with locks.
Mhm.
A lot of what? Oh,
A
I'm
lot of
sorry.
different
I
races.
thought you meant
Yeah.
racist. Sorry, excuse
No.
me.
No, we ain't talking
I
about
was gonna say
them.
that's an oxymoron for you.
Like, we don't care about them, no.
Yeah.
But yes, that little chip in, chip out where I was going for a second is Miss Technical Difficulties. That bitch always needs to show up at our podcast. So that's where that went. But one of the things I definitely wanted to ask y'all, because I feel like every time I walk into your shop, there's something new. There's definitely something new, something improved, something
That's
to make
right.
you think that what I'm saying, that we going places, we doing things. So that's what I'm trying to find out, like what or is that what we doing? Are we looking to franchise, or are we adding certain services? What's the plan going forward in 2025?
I mean, there's always room for improvement and expansion. And we've been trying to work on some expansion over the past year, but you know how the economy is right now, finances and all of that. But this is why every time you come, you see something new because we work with a budget. So
that's right.
It was the newest one was the lights you've seen recently and stuff like that, and we still haven't finished that part. So we're just doing things in a timeline that's not going to drive us crazy, you know. And as for new services, we are definitely adding some new services. Such as like we normally focus on just lot maintenance, the crochet retwist, lock extensions and stuff like that. But we have new stylists now that are gonna provide like the faux locks, the boho, the knotless, the kid styles, like a lot of diversity. So, and we're also opening invitation to people who are interested to come and work in the salon with us. So we'll provide that information at the end of all of this video when you're ready.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yes, I damn sure wanted to make sure and have y'all talk about that too, because that is the best way for you to expand and add services is to, add new people and you know what I'm saying, and see how that is going, you know what I mean? And I'm glad to hear that it is going well enough that you're able to talk about new people, new services and new things like that, you know what I mean? But the let's keep it real, because there's got to be certain days when you say to yourself, damn, I'm running my own shit and I'm the only one responsible for my shit, so if anything happens, it's all on me. Like, do we have those days? Do we have days where we feel like like it's heavy on the shoulders, and you know what I mean, and it's only our shoulders? Like, how do we deal with those days?
I mean, this is why when you're like running an organization, you have to have a team with you, and team is very important. So like in the salon, I have Dedi who manages the salon with me. Like she's my general manager, and she makes sure like everything is ready when I'm coming in and all of that. Then I have Dane there. He helps me with the operations and stuff like that. And when it comes to social media, I'm not big on social media, so that's where I hire a social media manager. Pick up Julia, like she's been none because I could not do what she's doing right now. So a lot of times there's a lot more stuff on the back end. You have accounting, you have payroll, you have like advertisement,
insurance.
So I just try to make a schedule and organize myself as best as possible. But oftentimes I have days like I'm just like, fuck it, I just want to take a nap. I just want to smoke a blunt and take a nap and go to fuck to sleep because it's too much sometimes, So
real talk.
But when I do that too often now, that's when stuff starts to pile up,
Yes.
Even sometimes I come home from work, I'm just like, okay, it's time to get something to eat and rest. But I have like 20 text messages to respond to. And I'm just like, I'm going to do it later. And then later becomes the next 2-3 days.
20 becomes 40.
Exactly. So it's just like, it's all about time management and just trying to get stuff done as soon as possible. But it's also a balance where you don't overwork yourself and drive yourself crazy. Because you do need that care in the mix of all of that.
Word. And I definitely want to hear from you, Didi. You know what I'm saying? As the manager, you know what I mean? Because after all, you have certain responsibilities that you have to deal with. But then of course, you also are trying to build up your clients, and you know what I mean. And at the same time, yeah, you got to have lunch breaks, dinner breaks. You got I myself, know that that you do have children. You do have at least one child. Yeah. So dealing with all of that, how's it going for you?
I just try to make myself as available for Sabali as possible because I know she take a lot on her shoulder and take a lot home too. So I try to make myself as available as possible. And when it comes to clients and stuff like that, she pushed me forward a lot more than she pushed herself, in the sense of blocking her calendar off and making sure mine's open so I can fill mine's up first before she get her on first. Like she looks out a lot. So I just try to make myself available as much as can, and balancing a child and working. Thank God for his father. thank God for that back end. And thank God for somebody that I work with that understands that I'm a mother too. Because a lot of things, sometimes I have to bring my son to work with me. And she's right there with him, getting him food, seeing if he needs something to drink. She's right there mothering him just as much as I am too. So it's all together.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's my baby.
I love to hear that. I love to hear that, and and of course I want to hear your perspective on that, Sabali, because after all, I know again because I know these ladies. I know that your son mostly lives in Jamaica, but there are times that he's here with you. So either way,
Awesome.
balancing him being away, him being here, that still has to be an extra stretch for you. You feel me?
I mean, it's a stretch in the sense of my emotions sometimes because having him here, doing his school breaks and stuff like that is like, I will block my work calendar off just to make sure he has a good time,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like the end of every summer, it's like the most heartbreaking part when he has to go back home for school and he's just like, I want to stay here, mommy, all of that jazz. And it's just like very emotional sometimes. And I have to make sure that he's mentally okay. I just can't take it for granted that he's a kid and he'll understand because you got to explain stuff to kids. So to make sure that they're good,
Right.
to speak to them like adults, you can't be speaking to them like children because they understand
Right.
more than you think.
Yes.
So I have to keep that balance with him so he can understand what it is and what it's going to be. So that's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
And
beautiful.
because he lives, again, I know I mean, motherhood is a hard job. Fuck that. Nobody, if anybody in the world say it's not, that you fucking lying.
Then
You
they're
don't.
not doing it full time. They're not doing it.
Obviously not doing it because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So I mean, no matter how it has to be done, whether it's like the child is you raising a child at home, or you have to take care of them because they live somewhere else other than where you live at, and what I mean, all of that is emotionally just draining, and it's like physically, mentally. So yes, in all those instances, you definitely gotta talk to your kids and let them know the real. And
Yeah.
never mind the fact that look at the day and age we live in. Look at the social media that they deal with, because even the kids' social media, it still gives them a level of you're supposed to know this, and you know what I mean. Therefore, if your mama not telling you this, let me be the first to let you know. And you damn
Mm-mm.
sure don't want it to be like, no the fuck
No,
not. You damn sure
that's
don't want
why
it. You want to
that's
be
why a
the
village is so important. And I'm glad
Yes.
that Sister Sabali has a village. I have a village too, because there's no way in hell I could do this as a single mom. No way in hell. Not financially, not emotionally. And the minute that I realized that, the minute things started moving for me. Emotional wise, it I think I was like holding myself back off of these like expectations that I think society should have. These kids should have two parents in the house. This should have this should that. When at the end of the day, it's like, how can I measure my happiness? How can I show them that we straight for real? Like, why does the narrative have to be so dreary that a relationship doesn't work? So I think that we always have to find our own way of handling that. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I've even considered having my daughter with some family in Washington for half of the year. Why? Because there's so many more benefits. It's not just because I don't want to be with my daughter. So I really
Right.
commend you, Sabali, because it takes a lot of strength, and you too, Sister D. It takes a lot of strength to be like, okay, I'm going to lean on these other people to take care of this because there's a bigger picture. And I think Sister Kai is very fortunate to have a husband, to be honest. Like, I wish I had one. But at the end of the day, it's like you just got to figure it out. Do you guys date, or are you married, or what's your dynamic?
I'm just chilling right now. Nah. I have a husband. I'm married.
Nice.
I'm married as well.
Okay. I'm the only odd man out here. You know, I tried it a couple of times.
Girl. It's beautiful.
I don't know if I'm gonna try the third, but at the same time, y'all, unions are dope. You know, like I said, that's your village.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any advice for somebody who wants to pursue a passion, but maybe they're a little insecure on getting started?
Jump in there. Do it. My best advice. Because as long as you can get your foot wet, do some research, take the first step. That's the best advice I can give them.
Start there. Do your cousins here. Do your brothers here.
Right.
Try to start somewhere. It's not gonna look like those Instagram photos. First, it's gonna look crooked because my braid started out crooked as shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Thank God for YouTube University. YouTube University. Don't sleep on it.
Oh, that's reassuring.
Get your feet wet and just do it, because it's not going to be perfect on your first try, but once you do it repetitively and you like focus on it, you'll get it done. It's not that hard. Trust me.
That's right. And what are some creative outlets that y'all do outside of work and family?
Man,
I'm not even gonna lie. For the past year or so, we've been focusing on just working, getting the shop together. We've been painting the shop. We got new lights. We're decorating.
It's been the shop is our baby, right? That's our baby right now. Like,
that's awesome.
Particular is the shop, but we would like to get into more stuff. We decided that we were going to learn a new language, right, Didi? That was
yes. We're going to learn a new language this year and start going to the gym regularly.
Yes, and we're supposed to read 2 books this year, so we're getting into stuff. Probably doesn't require that much time outside, and we have to hold each other accountable as well. So
I love that, sisters. That's what's up. Have you ever had a situation where you had a client come in and you weren't feeling their energy? And if so, how did you handle it?
Smile.
Oh, so
the whole time.
Is there any time where you're like, yo, sis, you need to take this one?
And it's been times like that, and Sabali clock right in. She jumps, she be like, you good? She feels it. She just know how my body language is, and she'll come and ask me, she'll call me, you okay? Then I talk to her, and she'll finish the rest if it gets that far. But
usually it doesn't, but there's a few times where it has happened. I could just tell by her expression. I'm just like, okay, let me just balance this out, because
Well, it also shows your leadership skills, because you're clearly more concerned about her than money. And so, as you know, in any organization, I always was turned off when somebody put profit before us, or before the client. It's not cute. Welcome back, Sister Kai. I was just if you a little bit. I have a friend that does massage therapy. And so she's so strict with her energy that she'll say no to the client if she can't feel it. But I get it though.
You're literally touching and transferring energy, and when you gotta go home, you gotta take that energy with you sometimes. That's why when I go home, the first thing I do is take a shower, because I'm not taking that energy in my bed. I gotta cleanse every night, because you're literally touching and like transferring energy when you conduct these services, and you just got to be mindful. Not everybody's money is worth your energy.
Right.
Great feedback.
And a lot of times after just smiling and being so nice to the client, the energy changes.
Yeah.
I don't want to be angry and mean in clients' hair, because I'm also putting that energy inside of their hair that they're going to be taking home. I would like to be in the best clear space, be happy with my client's happy with me. And so I'm smiling the whole time. Even if you have an attitude, I'm going to smile.
Can't match you.
No, Honestly, I'm glad that for the most part, I mean, I don't hear y'all saying nothing like that, or at least it sounds like y'all don't have too many horror stories with clients, because on social media, it definitely, especially when it comes to clients in that in your face type of space, whether they're touching your hair or doing makeup, whatever they're doing to your body, you definitely have seen some horror stories.
Ain't gonna play that.
I
am not gonna play that in our shop at all.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. The most, I think we had a situation where we had told clients not to come back, but it's never gotten confrontational like that. It was just, very professional. Like, for example, there was this client who he got his hair done. He came back, he booked an appointment to come another time, but he claimed that his cousin booked it and both of them came and they paid for everything online. They came, got their hair done, and then when they went home, they disputed the transaction. So
That's
I
scandalous.
I called them to say, why are you doing this? Like, you obviously got your hair done, and they hung up the phone, not trying to talk. So I had to be back and forth with the banks and the processing company and all of that just to get that sorted. And I told them not to come back. And he was trying to book another appointment. I blocked him. He booked it under another name. I kindly told him I'm not seeing him. I banned him. I banned him like 3 times.
Good. What gall do you have, and how much delusion do you have in your mind to think you can get away with that?
basically,
he claims it was the cousin, and he don't know that the cousin did it, but you're associated with the cousin.
You're right. And
yeah. Liar.
exactly. Because you literally tried some bullshit and thought you was gonna get your hair done for free. Fuck no. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? And I know for a fact. Now, I never actually counted how many locks I've had on my head, but I know that that you definitely have confided in me and said that you've had some clients that either they've had more hair than that they confessed that they had, or they would pick like up the package that was like for the short people hair, and they got hair down to their feet, and it's like, hold on, who you trying to play with me? Why would you do that?
Maybe trying to make their own prices. Maybe trying to make their own prices.
There you go. When they just got to remember, we didn't all go on the short bus. I'm sorry, no offense. Some of us, Well, okay. Are you guys from New York City, or are you?
No. And Sabali's from Jamaica.
In Jamaica, baby.
Hey.
And I'm from Nassau, Bahamas.
Ooh.
Yes.
Tropical woman. Kai's from Panama.
Yes, Panama.
I'm from Samoa. We're island flavor. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice. I love it.
I love it so much. The energy is high, man.
Yeah.
Do you have y'all have any freaky stories you're willing to share? Like funny freaky?
Now, I did let them know. I did let them know.
They're a bit. I can feel the class. I can sense the class here. So I'm not gonna press it.
It's disgusting.
I'm like your freaky friend from college. You know what I'm saying? Like I know. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to me about anything for real. I haven't quite grown up yet completely. Anytime you need like a break from life, I'm the one.
I am screaming.
Oh,
gosh.
But you know what? Maybe it's an offline conversation. I'm okay with that.
Conversation, yes.
My goodness. That is so well, okay, I'll share one. I got so excited because a friend asked me to come through and share some of my art, right? I like to rap, okay? So I share some art, and let's just say that there was another performer who I happened to be in my Tinder DM. And so yeah, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like this guy, I'm watching him perform and I'm like, this is the guy that I've seen on Tinder.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Sure enough, it's him, right? So we finally link up last night because I had an event to go to and he was like in the area. So you know when things just kind of go smooth and you're like, okay, because I'm like, I'm not gonna put in forth too much effort. I'm gonna if the universe says that this is gonna happen. So anyways, we end up kicking it. We didn't do nothing else other than cuddle on the couch. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't not cuddled in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Question.
High storm in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Rolling papers in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Merch in the building. If you're here, we thank you and we most certainly appreciate you. But we want you to spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe, make sure and get yourself some rolling papers. And of course, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to be on an episode, if you have products you want to show us that we want to show the people, come through. You feel me? Motherhood Sex Marijuana Rolling Papers, merch, YouTube, subscribe, fight all the algorithms and let us get in. Yeah.
yes,
Question.
yes.
Sometimes cuddles is all you need.
Yeah, yes, queen. Yes, queen. And I'm a nasty girl. I'm nasty, So it's like, but it didn't feel like I didn't feel like it was corny. I didn't feel like I was fronting. I just felt like, wow, we watching this movie. I'm really enjoying his company. He gave me some water. We're chilling. So, but I had told him, I was like, you know what? I did not even think I was going to like you this much.
Aw.
You know? So at the same time, ladies, I just feel like sharing that because it was very recent and it's not too, it's not too crazy, but it really left an impact. And so I think I might see him again tonight and we might watch another movie. But I like doing stuff like that, like regular shit. Like
And that's
take me
very
grocery store, stop it. Let's go to the grocery store. Let me see what you be getting, for your
let's play a game together. Let's read a
yes.
book together. Like let's cook together. Like I like stuff like that.
I do too. And I will get buck wild after. It'll come.
Glass of wine is over.
Okay, I need to stop. I'm understimulated, let's just say. But I'm trying to be protective of my energy. That's why I'm even doing this. You know what I mean? And it's really something I'm proving to myself. So I do feel comfortable to share it with you, queens. I feel like you'd understand.
Appreciate you, Sarah.
Never mind the fact that if you watched episode 3 of Motherhood Sex Marijuana, you know that she does a lot of sharing. And you know what I'm saying? She definitely encourages me to share. And I share to a limit. You know what I mean? I definitely share
I
to
ain't
a
mad
limit.
at you.
And because I'm the editor, if I ever overshare, I simply cut that motherfucking fuck out of the video. I cut that piece the fuck out of the video.
Like,
No, no, the evidence is on the editor floor. The editor floor on the floor. It's steady. It's not gonna reach nowhere. It's not gonna reach nowhere.
We make a fine dynamic, don't we, Kai?
Indeed.
Just like you two. That's why your dynamic works, and that's why your business flourishes. That's why you're glowing. That's why your skin is impeccable. Your hair is like goddesses, including my queen. She always looks good. And but you know what? I'm so cheap. I had asked her one time, I was like, how much did you spend on your hair? And when she told me, I was like, oh, that's worth it. Yeah. That's even a good prize because
your real hair. People are paying thousands for bundles, and it's lasting 2 weeks, and then it looks like snot on the side of your head. Like,
yes,
come on.
ma'am.
I mean, come on now. The fact is, hair and beauty is first of all, when it comes to certain shit, you know you shouldn't be cheapy because cheapy look cheapy. You know
We'll
what
get
I'm saying?
cheapy results, yeah.
So, and if you love you and you damn sure love you enough to you'll spend that extra and you won't
It's
even
worth it.
You know what I'm saying? You won't even think about it. Never mind the fact when it's artwork. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it definitely is artwork. You know,
and it's something that AI could never replace.
AI could never create, never replace. You know what I'm saying? No, it has to. It has to come from a human.
I would love to see them try.
I would too.
I would.
It would be a Jewish guy to try it.
They're definitely trying to make real people, but Lord knows, no, we're not gonna make that shit happen. We're not gonna let that shit happen. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to let y'all share any kind of upcoming business ventures, what I'm saying, if y'all involved in any kind of hair shows, because I feel like if the bitches with the weave get hair shows, why not the chicks with the natural hair? There's got to be natural hair shows.
Don't
where
they do have a lot of They do have a Loc Fest. I think it's in Brooklyn and during the summertime.
Yes.
We always say we're going to sign up for it, but I think 2025 is the year that we're actually going to sign up and we're going to be show up and show out.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Do you guys do sister locks as well? Is that what thing? The very micro braids?
Yes. Dedi does that, not Sabali. I don't have my name is Sabali and it means patience, but I don't have the patience for micro braids. I'm sorry.
No, I feel it.
Self-awareness is key, queen. So D, like how much would this cost approximately to do this?
To start the sister lock?
Yes.
So honestly, we haven't get the pricing on it yet because I said I was gonna do one sister lock client a month.
Wait, you gotta repeat those. I didn't really hear you.
You sound a little muffled.
Yeah.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
So I haven't really did any pricing yet because I said we was gonna do one sister lock client a month. So I can definitely let you know. I can get back to you on that. To be continue on it. Can definitely do that.
Please do, because
it's something your hair?
Huh?
All this is your hair?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can call me Moana. I'm the ghetto
girl.
I'm the ghetto washed up Moana.
You the ghetto Moana?
I'm the ghetto washed up Moana.
No, you're not.
Living on the west side.
On the west side, on the east coast. On the west coast.
West coast, baby.
Your hair is beautiful.
Thank you, Queen. It's something I considered a long time ago, but I just didn't trust anybody. So of course, like once I hear, like, we got some queens on the panel.
Yes.
And I am gonna be
versus regular locks.
Okay.
Why sister locks versus regular locks?
Okay. Because this woman that I had a crush on had it, and it just looked so good on her, and I just like, I want that.
This woman, I gotta see this woman now.
Yeah, you better have a picture and shit now.
I mean, like, we'll see. I would rather, you know what? I would rather just come in as an open slate and then just like collaborate with you guys to see what would be the best approach instead of assuming and then having a dumbass answer. That's a dumbass answer. I just had to be real about it.
Well, let me let you know, because I'm one of the favorite clients. Yes, I'm one of the favorite clients. I can actually tell you that you can't just walk into their place and just no, you must make an appointment. No.
Okay, ma.
You must make an appointment.
I respect it, yo. I respect it.
Just walking up people, please. No. We're bougie around here.
As you should, because you're royalty. and as you should, and your business. I believe in that. I like that. See, you just got to tell me the rules so I know what to do. That's it.
When are you coming to New York?
I don't know. I try to make it out there at least once a year, around the summer, around my birthday, and then we do a conference out there usually. But I'll let you guys know.
Are you a Leo?
No,
Was that?
no,
No, Gemini.
she's a Gemini.
Yes, Gemini.
Yeah.
Oh
Yours,
my God. I love Gemini.
I do too. I like them when they can keep it real with themselves. If they can't, then it's a whole cluster. You know it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love you guys though.
Married to a Gemini, I know what you're talking about. They keep it real with themselves and with you real quick,
Yes.
real quick.
And I
Yes.
love me some Leos because my bestie a Leo.
I like Leos too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
we a little extra sometimes, but
Guys.
sometimes we a little.
We love
Confident.
y'all. We love
It's
you.
that
Leos.
confidence
Leo is
almost.
our sister sign, right, Didi?
Pardon me?
Leo is our sister sign, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. So now, so we done talked about the kids. I'm pretty sure in between the technical difficulties, we talked about sex, we talked about business. What is there anything that we would just that we just want to let off our chest? Any lessons we want to give off to people? Because I feel like in 2025. Man, listen, we gotta, what I'm saying, we gotta do better with ourselves. We gotta do it better with how we deal with people, and we damn sure gotta, set limits as to what the fuck we not tolerating. Right. You know what I mean? And in the midst of all that, I feel like, us, anybody that has any kind of level of platform on social media definitely should be more of promoting, real shit. What I'm saying, anything that that you feel is real, what I mean, definitely mental health, good mental health, what I mean, loving yourself as is. Let's not run to doctor whoever the fuck to chop this, chop that into whoever the fuck, just to, because I even saw the other day somebody said I find it crazy you ran to somewhere and paid $20,000 to get back on the J train. Like, you on the J train, player. You know what I'm saying? You on the motherfucking J train riding through Brooklyn, but you paid $20,000 we need to eliminate all that shit, eliminate that type of thinking that we dependent on motherfuckers on how people think in order to live, breathe, and eat. Like we trying to like our whole existence is about what we do on this social media. I feel like we gotta change the fucking narrative before we let AI just run up in here and just become us and eliminate us. You feel me? So what do you have to say about anything that has to do with that?
In terms of AI or just 2025 in general?
Just in terms of lessons you walk with, you put out to people on your own social media. I mean, I understand that as far as the business, you don't really keep up with it, but I know you got to have your own personal shit that what I'm saying, where you see people doing shit and you just like there's a part of you that wants to give lessons to people, or at least put it out there that you're not about that fuck shit. This is what we should be putting out in the world to make the world better. Even as a content creator with a small platform, I feel like we should even with that, we should definitely be doing shit like that, because like the whole AI, the whole fucking the whole just chopping up your body, the whole judgment based on looks, the whole trying to look like like all these bitches looking alike, just all of that shit needs to be eradicated like a motherfucker.
I mean, for me, I would start off by saying that self-love is the best love, and seeking that external validation is gonna get you fucked. Because if you need constant validation from the outside world, you have no stance within yourself. And as it comes to like the world itself and treating people, I just feel like if we look at each other as mirrors, like how I treat you is how you should treat me. I feel like things would
Word.
be different regardless of our race or culture or religion. Like I live in a Jewish community. I'm surrounded by Hasidic Jews. When I just moved here, I felt a little weird because I felt like they were going to judge me. But I be going in the stores, they open doors, they be saying, "Oh, you need help." Like it's regular for them. Like the most strangest things I've experienced is the women, they don't really communicate with other people, which I don't really care. But like in the end,
Yeah,
we're
I think it's a religious thing with them.
exactly. I don't think they're supposed to, but in the end, we're still one people. And if we treat each other like we treat ourselves, we would be much better in society. That's just
I love that. You know what? Leave it up to a Black woman to pull people in together. And so I just feel like I'm constantly reminded on how to be a better human when I look at examples like that, because because I'm trying not to be so brittle. Although the world is brittle, I don't have to be, you know? And believe me, I say a lot of shit about Jewish people. Like, I should stop.
your own reality in the
It's
end.
not,
You
it's,
create reality.
it's, yeah, it's, you know, and then it's like, if I find myself to be of value, then I really have to find value in everyone. As this queen stated, we are reflections of each other. And thank you for that reminder. I appreciate you. Gosh, I got the goosebumps.
Up now. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful treat. Do you guys have any parting words with anybody that might be listening to this? Maybe like somebody who doesn't have a support system on how they
Yeah,
can.
what
What's
about
that?
you, Dee?
What? Hi, can you hear us?
I think she broke up a little bit. I think she was saying, "What about you, Didi?"
Oh, yes.
I feel like because we're living in a world of social media, where social media is God, a lot of people just try to go on social media and try to just imitate who they see in these celebrities. But a lot of these celebrities, they doing these money in these videos. Half of them be broke. Half of them don't be
True.
having a good lifestyle. And like Sabali say, and my mom used to always tell me, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. And then you have to be in this world in some way where you don't give a fuck. You
Yes,
just
ma'am.
gotta be you, unapologetic, and that's just have to be it.
And you know, that's what I love in people. Like, I find that very attractive in somebody. Like, please don't impress me. Impress yourself. And then
Right.
you'll be so impressed. And I
You
will,
be lighting up.
yes.
Be lighting up.
Let's be like,
Ooh, ooh.
Let me go get myself together.
I love my queens. You guys are a good time.
I love your energy. You're
and you
amazing.
can't promise us you come to New York and not come because we want
You,
to see you.
you know, we're gonna be asking about you now.
Yep.
Come on. Like, how can we I'm not gonna make any promises, but if I go to New York, I'm gonna ask Kai where y'all at. I'm gonna be,
Definitely.
and she would gladly say, every time I go there, it's like it's so humbling because for one thing, y'all work very hard out there. I'm just like, damn, what is the rush? Because I'm in Portland, so it's a vibe. It's a vibe, you know. But I can't help but like appreciate it for real. Like, dang, people are working their ass off, and they're not
Yes.
messing around. What I love from people I find in New York is you guys are not nice, but you're very kind.
Yes.
Yes.
You never have to worry what time it is. You know what I mean?
You're never gonna get lost because somebody's gonna help
Yes.
you.
Yes,
They
you're
will
never gonna be
stop what they're
hungry.
doing to help you.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah. And this lady, bless her heart. She was like, the way that she came at me was so loving, but she was so harsh. And I was like, dang, mom, just trying to get. Because she's just like, hey, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You need to look at this. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
They're like that though, and I don't know what it is about New York. It's like they always got somewhere to go. They always extremely aggressive.
Yep.
And because my family is in Florida right now, like I was born and raised in the Bahamas, but I was
Okay.
raised in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And when I go down there, I have to turn myself down. They'd be like, "Why are you talking so hard?" I'd be like, "Oh, my bad. I'm here. Everything is slow."
It's more relaxed. It's
You,
more peaceful.
yes. You know, when you go, I'm sure Jamaica's very low, laid back. I've never been there. I just
I
heard.
mean, certain parts are laid back. Certain parts are just turned up. It just all depends on where you are.
Ah.
But where I'm from is pretty laid back. And then my parents are from the rural area in the country, Portland and St. Anne, and those places are very beautiful and very nice. Like you would love to visit.
So what? I'm an island girl. It snows out here, which I don't like. You know, it snows where y'all at too. That's the only thing I don't like about being in the United States is the snow. Other things too. But my heart like yearns to go back to my island. So I'm from an island called Samoa. It's in the Pacific near the equator.
Wow.
You guys, I'm sure you're aware. But it's just like I just feel like more of a yearning for a more simple life. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like especially being like having been born on back home and then having to come out here and learn the American ways. It's like,
Yes.
okay, this is cool. This is I get it. But we
Mhm.
gotta take this money back home. Like
Yeah.
Right.
we spending it all out here. Like what are
Yes.
we doing?
Building up an economy that probably don't even want you here.
Exactly. And so somebody's been pulling at my spirit, and I think that is going to be my next, but it's going to take some preparation. But I feel like I've had my fill. However, I don't want to be like having a bad attitude towards the US. I don't want to ever look down here because it's like this place fed my family, you know, so this really
Yes.
brought us some great opportunities, but I can never feel myself wanting to be here like for the rest of my life. I
Yeah.
just
It's
the
the weather, especially with the weather and the food. Everything is different here than it is in the islands.
and the frequency, as you will
Yes.
know. Um, in fact, when people get sick, it's been advised that they exit the US, you know, go anywhere but here. And it's all, you know, it'll all work itself out. I just want to express my gratitude to you guys because for these few minutes that we've been on here, I just feel so much love. I don't feel like I need to know your whole story. I just, I think there'll be time to share more. But I just want to express that because, you know, energy it doesn't lie. It's so strong. And I asked the creator to be more sensitive to energy this year.
Yes.
So thank you. And y'all
Thank you
are
so much
fine
for
as
having us.
hell. I need to tell you that. I'm sure you know.
I missed that. What you said?
I said y'all are fine as hell.
Thank
Thank
you. You're
you.
beautiful. Don't
Thank you. No,
Thank you so much.
you're glowing. Your eye. When I look in your eyes, they're sparkling. Your spirit is just it's so much bigger than your physical. Even though your physical is what I'm giving compliment, but you know, I think it's beautiful to compliment our sisters. I think it's necessary.
Yes.
No.
Because we need that to uplift each other. Because sometimes as women, we're hard on each other.
Yes,
And we
it
just need to
is.
be like, even of a stranger, like just say, sis, you look really good today.
That's
Especially,
all I need to hear.
yes,
That
Yeah.
can get me going for the rest of the day.
Yes.
When a woman say you're beautiful, you know you look good today, baby.
Absolutely.
That woman came outside and teared it up.
Yes, so beautiful. And your husbands or your partners are very fortunate to have you. Very fortunate.
Thank you.
So
I hope they
shout
heard
out to
that.
them.
They heard that. Say a
I
little.
was I was just going to say, do you need to tell them that? Because
Hopefully they'll see this and actually they already know. You know, I think sometimes it's good to get a reminder, but a fresh set of eyes that just sees you for the first time is these are some goddesses right here. No cap.
Oh God, you
All
swept my head up, girl. I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight.
No, you just gotta take your flowers. That's it. Just accept it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. I love you guys, and I want to I hope you have a good night. I think this concludes our meeting today. My sister Kai might be having some technical difficulties. Yes. But I appreciate y'all again. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building with, and what's the name of the salon?
Loc Therapy Synergy.
Loc Therapy Synergy.
LTS in the building.
Please tell us how they can find you and how they can book an appointment with y'all, please.
They can find us in Brooklyn, New York, 1567 St. John's Place, and our website is www.loctherapysynergy.com. You could click the link to book an appointment.
And you could take, if you don't know how to get there, the 4 train to the last stop.
That's right. Last stop on the 4 train.
Last stop on the 4 train. Can't miss it. Crown Heights.
Utica, Crown Heights.
And tip your Loc doctors, okay? Make sure you tip. Don't ask for don't you dare ask for no discounts, okay? I don't like asking for discounts for my people. That doesn't make me better, but we shouldn't be doing that. Pay them extra. They deserve.
That's right.
And I have one advice for the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to dream a dream, but it's harder to live it. Go out there. Take the first step. It's easy to lay down, think about what you want to do, get up and do it.
Yep, that's the only way to get it done.
In the words of some queens, thank you so much. Y'all are the shit, man.
Thank you so much, beautiful.
Thank you for having us, Queen. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you so
Brooklyn
much.
In the house.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, lovelies. Thank you. I love you, Kai.
Love y'all.
Love you, Kai.